le whaamaawenga le nei ma le Pacific Easy, mua o tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapo ni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fōu. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
For voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole la fo me ole pepa tala olo. Ona fa ngale fa tau i olo e au nga mo ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai sa so mo tau ele sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nga fo ala mai le talo for voucher. Ula wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Sai mo le talo fa voucher. Ua mau le apusu se o fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le felwa i malo telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes ona ino de tama ore ainga.
Fa te tu la vole tal for voucher mo le foi au nga fo fa tai. Ma lo la le tsampai.
Fa tai talo fa voucher. Teki talo fa voucher.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm just like, talofa lava, malolo so for mo, malangi mama, and a warm Pacific greetings to everyone. It's Monday and I'm excited and I'm not feeling 100% at the moment right now, but it doesn't matter. I'm just glad that we're here and we get to smile with everyone. We get to celebrate that it's Monday here in Auckland level. I'm not too sure which lights we're at the moment, but a massive hello to everyone that's tuned in. Claudia, how are you?
I think I'm doing a lot better than you are. I do recall that you might have done a very long nature walk in the weekend, but no, I did have a really good weekend. Yesterday, my family and we drove out to a little oyster farm out in Clevedon.
Oh,
and it was so good. It was so good. So yes.
just thinking Clevedon. That's quite.
It's like Kawakawa and Clevedon Bay. It's like it's an oyster farm. I think it's called Oyster Valley. I should have written down the name, but it's very, very good oysters. They're nice and big and juicy, and you could almost taste like the seawater. It was really nice. Yeah.
You know, it was a good weekend, but how was your weekend? Comment below. Let us know how your weekend was, because I'm actually quite excited to, for my weekend. Obviously we've made some massive changes with regards to health, because it is important to stay healthy and stay on your game. So I'm going to stay on my game. I really, really need to, well, not so much the weight thing, yes, is a bonus, but it's more the health choices that I need to make. So lifestyle changes. So I'm looking forward to jumping back over to Fit Family. I'm sure Alessio will be so happy to see everyone join Fit Family. But guys, if you don't already know, you can head over to Fit Family and, make some small lifestyle changes. But the walk that I went to, oh my gosh.
Well, you were just telling me before that the first walk you did, because she did 2 walks yesterday. Yeah. The first walk that Bear did was 4 hours long. And then she decided to go for a second walk up One Tree Hill. So
I don't know what I got myself into. I think I was just so determined to just kind of like break through. Because if I don't do it now, I'll tell you, I'll be sitting here being a size 16, 18, 20 for a long time. but I had to. I was just having problems breathing, even though I don't look as big. But I was having problems with breathing, trying to keep up, trying to get up in the morning. Can't struggle like that at my young age, man. Get out of here, Bear. So that's what I did. I decided that we were going to go for a walk. And you know what? I was in tune with the beautiful nature walk that I had there at Hanua, it was stunning. Absolutely.
Now, we also have Vasa now. I believe Vasa was Bronson's friend that we had on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Now, she... Vasa says, weekend was great. Successful event at Fale Samoa on Saturday. 132 vaccinated, and they are so, so proud.
Yeah. That's so cool. Good Congratulations, job, Vasa, Bronson, and the team there, who, the youth, I have to admit, it's so nice to see the youth step up and really do the... Don't take this out of context as well, everyone that's watching. Do we really do the damage? Because it is quite unusual for our youth to take a lead in such a big project like this. So a massive, massive shout out to the tupulanga, the Samoa tupulanga, who led our awesome people over the weekend. And I do want to mention La Langa Pacifica as well, who is an organisation who also did the same thing there in Pamua. It is where I was born and raised, so it was only there that I went over and supported the awesome team there. So a shout out to Ria and Glenn Finau. Awesome work that you guys have done for the community. Tamaki PIPC, and a special mention to Mele, who continues to show, the support.
Mele is honestly so amazing.
She is so really, really lucky. But, I had to drop some dance moves over the weekend to hype up the crowd. So, that's what's happening this weekend again at Malta or Samoa. You can find all of the families there from Scopa heading over this weekend to really, really help get behind the community. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
Definitely. Now, I do have the COVID update for the very first day of the month, which brings me to the pinch and the punch for the first day of the month. Because Daisy did it to me. So it just reminded me that I gotta do it to other people. But today we have 162 new cases in the community, 155 in Auckland, 1 in Northland, and 5 in the Waikato, which means a total of 3,510 cases, all linked to the current outbreak. 53 people in hospital, and eligible Pacific peoples are at 85% first dose and 69% second dose. Now, total eligible New Zealand peoples, 88% at first dose and 75% at second dose.
Wow, Auckland, the numbers are climbing. Stay safe out there. It's, ultimately it is your choice. We're not saying don't. No, it is your choice. So I just want to remind everyone that really, really dig deep. Do what is right for you. Not for the internet, not for your friends, not for the community. Do what's right for you and your family. But otherwise, that's it. We've got an exciting guest today. We love supporting local, and I know that over the weekend, with everything that's kind of up in the air at the moment, I don't know, my heart goes out to the small businesses who are just... But we better go back into a break, and I've actually got a package here somewhere. Grab it.
Oh, okay.
Guys, stay tuned. We've got Tania right after this short break.
Taiao voucher is ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau i o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa suma fua tau e le sia sa.
Le fia po I sawe mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oai ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie a me se le tferwa I malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na ino le tama o le ainga.
Pa te tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu lava le tampai.
Pa tai talo voucher. Teki talo voucher.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesau membership card mai e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua I whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia ina, mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Taiao voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau I o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa suma fua tau e le sia sa.
Le fia po sawe mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oai ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie a me se le tferwa I malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na ino le tama o le ainga.
Pa te tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu lava le tampai.
Pa tai talo voucher. Teki talo voucher.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited to have Tania on. But before we bring the beautiful, the awesome Tania on, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that because here at Blue TV, we love to support local. The competition that we ran a couple of weeks ago for the kids' t-shirts for Tolan Apparel have now arrived, and I just thought that it would just be nice to open up the kids' packages, the prizes they won on our show. So there's the first one.
So cute.
That is super cute. So I just wanted to mention the goods the company that we supported was Tolan Apparel, and this is going to be my favorite one because it brings back so much memories. So there we go. And how adorable is that? I don't mean to look creepy with my eyes over there. It's all right. But guys, we're all about supporting local, and I think it's very, very important to remind everyone, just when you can, where you can, sharing is supporting, liking is supporting, sharing words of encouragement to all of our local businesses. Everyone in some way is struggling, and I was actually speaking to, I'm going to mention a little story as well, to a bride-to-be. You may already know that Vaitola Celebrations is a family-owned business, myself and my family. But what the community don't actually know is for all of the weddings and the birthdays that were planned for the last 2 months, we've now had to shift, and we've now had to accommodate to these birthdays. What I want our ainga and our family and our community to remember, that we don't have terms and conditions for something like COVID. None of our businesses expected to be in lockdown for this long. So just please be a little bit mindful when you are sending a message, because we don't actually have a terms and condition to cover us for when something happens with COVID. But we as a family, small business, we're trying to accommodate to these birthdays. So what was now happening with these weddings and these events, that's supposed to happen last 2 months, they've now been scattered over the next few months, which includes clashing with a lot of events come next year. So please, to all of our wonderful human souls out there, just remember that our small businesses are really trying to accommodate, and that there are terms and conditions that we actually we just kind of have to go with our heart and deal with every single situation, trying to be mindful about what they're going through. But that's my little story. I just thought I'd just add in there, because it's just kind of I think people are kind of oh, can't you? Well, why can't you understand too? No, I'm kidding. I'm just don't mean to. But guys, I'm going to hand it over to Claudia, because she's going to bring in our special guest, and she's got a riddle for us today as well.
Yes, I do. No, but honestly, thank you so much for that, because we do need that little reminder now and then, guys, to support small businesses. And talking about small business, we do have a brilliant small business with a huge, huge heart, though. And we have the beautiful and very talented Tania on the show, and she is the co-founder, along with her son. She's a co-founder of Casez Creations, Tiakina Te Taiao Limited. And I hope that I said that correctly, Tania.
Yes, you did, Claudia. Kia ora, ladies.
Awesome.
Thank you for having us on here.
Kia ora, and thank you so much for being on the show. Now, like Bear said, I do have a riddle for you. Now, all my jokes that I did share last week didn't land, so I don't expect this one to land, but you never know. So, what's the best cup of tea? Yes. What's the best cup of tea that one can have?
Ooh, what would that be?
Reality.
Oh.
It's so lame that it makes you laugh, though, right?
Yes.
Reality. You gotta love it, Claudia? Yeah. But anyways, Tania, how have you been? How has lockdown treated you?
Yeah, it's been, like you were saying, we were booked in to do all these markets the last 2 months, and everything has been cancelled. So August, September, October, November, December, by the looks of it, everything's been cancelled. So it's really tough out there for the small businesses, and trying to find other revenues or trying to find other ways to raise that money that we would have made at markets. It's really tough out there.
Now, Tania, we did have a little nosy on your website. We absolutely loved it. Now, Casez Creations, a place to enjoy natural and organic skincare range of environmentally friendly products, which I absolutely love. You've said so many of my favorite words in one sentence. Can you please tell us a little bit more about your business?
Yes, so we are a small whānau business located out here in South Auckland. We're in Little Weymouth, and we make natural and organic skincare products, not only good for your body, but also good for our environment. We have a massive love and respect for Mother Earth or our environment. And we encourage sustainable practices in every aspect of our business. So, that's a little bit about us.
I love that. Look, Tania, a lot of the times I try not to be too nosy because it gets me into trouble. But anyways, we've read, both myself and Claudia, we've read, the story and what, you've shared on your website as well. And the beautiful meaning about it as well. Could you share with us what inspired you or what's the inspiration behind your business?
So our main inspiration, or my main inspiration, would definitely have to be Case Mason, who is my 11-year-old son, and that's who the company's named after. So Case is what we call him for short, and Casez Creations, that's where that part of our business has come from. And he's everything we do here is because of him. So our whole range of products that we make, they're based around what has worked and helped in the healing of his eczema, which he's had since he was since he was 3 months old. And so he is why I've gotten into making all this soaps and balms and all that sort of stuff and going natural. And we also, as I've mentioned already, we Tiakina to Taiao, which is protecting our environment. So that's what we aim to do in our business, is to, sustainable practices we put in place to help our environment.
Now, you've mentioned that you've created different creams, oils, soap, and balms infused with our native plants to help relieve cases of his symptoms. Can you tell us the different native plants that you've used and why you've chosen to work with these particular plants?
Yeah, so the main plant that we use is kawakawa. I chose to use kawakawa because it has an anti-inflammatory property to it, and it relieves itching and pain, which is exactly what Case was going through. And so what we do is we infuse the kawakawa leaves for 4 to 6 weeks in olive oil, and from there, the healing properties of the kawakawa, they are, they mix in with the oil, and then from there we can go ahead and make, your balms, soaps, and pretty much anything.
I've had kawakawa before in a tea, and I just remember when I had that tea, it just made me feel so relaxed. And I ran out of the kawakawa tea leaves, but it was so good.
Actually, I'm just thinking, because I've actually, someone gifted me a basket with healthy stuff in it, and it did have a pack of
did you see her smile just disappear when she said the word healthy
pack? I'm thinking, I'm a Samoan. I'm a big Samoan Island girl, man. What are you doing gifting me this? But yeah, you're right. And I remember having the tea as well. So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna try and stick to what we've done. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person because everyone's like, she didn't say she was gonna say that. But anyways, no, we'll stick to what we had planned, because otherwise you're gonna be like, that's the last time I'm gonna talk to Pea. But look, we think, myself and Claudia, it is really important that we acknowledge just how important the rich, our native bushes are to each and every one of us. Tania, you grew up in the Maunga Kahu Valley, Samoan, didn't know how to pronounce it properly. Yeah. Could you please tell us the impact the native bush had in your life growing up?
Yeah, it was, the bush was really, really important to us, and it was like our playground. So we lived 12 k's out of Taumaranui, and backing onto our farm was native bush. So as kids, the bush was our playground. We would swim there, like the kids do these days. They hop on their scooter and, you know, go down to the local skate park. Well, we used to hop on our horses, go to the bush for a horse, you know, trek. And it was everything.
So envious.
Yeah, it was honestly, I had the most amazing upbringing, and I thank my parents all the time. And you know, it was such and I think this is where this huge love for protecting our environment came from. And most of all, our bush provided for our it was like our food cupboard. It was our pātaka kai. So our family are huge hunter-gatherers. So we couldn't just pop down the road and grab a, you know, 500 gram of mince for dinner. So it came straight from the freezer, which the meat was caught out in the bush, you know, whether it be wild boar, wild pigs or deer. Yeah, so it was huge. It was very important. And yeah, and I was privileged to be brought up in that environment.
No, you know, just like, I'm so sorry, Claudia. I'm gonna do it.
I was actually gonna go off script myself too.
I know. Well, you go first then, Claudia.
No,
sorry.
Because I'm just gonna say, because I mean, I've met like a handful of people, you being one of them, that have grown up in the bush, and you know, if they've like eaten off the land, everything was just provided to them by the land, and the level of happiness and fulfillment is just in no comparison to, I guess, us like city people who, you know, buy our food with like heaps of preservatives and all of that. Like, do you think that's true? Like, can you see the difference between someone that's like lived off the land, eaten super healthy food, compared to someone that's just eaten very processed food?
I mean, everything's off the land, so I'm a townie girl now, but you know, when I look back at my grandparents, they lived off the land, you know, 100%. So they didn't have, you know, these dairy food problems or eczema. You know, they didn't have any of those problems because they were eating, you know, they didn't eat preservatives and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely living, you know, out rurally or, you know, off grid, like most people would say, I think it is a better way of living.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, because yesterday I drove out to Hanua, but you know, I just didn't want to walk in, you know, our area. You know, we're just around the corner from each other, and yes, we've got a nice walkway behind there in Weymouth, but I really needed to get out, so I drove out to Hanua, and I swear, I'm not exaggerating like I normally would. I had like kind of carrying something heavy, and I had a really bad migraine, and as soon as I hit that trail, no lies, it just felt like something else. It just lifted, you know, and I just felt it was so peaceful, and I was like thinking, man, I don't understand why people keep moving back to the city and why it's a better life.
That's very true.
You know?
That's very true.
But how are you coping with living now in the city? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, how do you manage?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Auckland for this time around 10 years, but I've always been able to go home. So every 3-4 weeks, we're always going home. You know, we're always touching base with our cousins. We're always going home to our family homestead, and you know, that's been really cool to do. But during lockdown, it's been so hard. We, you know, just trying to, you know, we can't even get over the border, you know, and that's really heavy on my heart because that's where all my strength comes from. And so it's been really hard not being able to go home and put your feet on your tūranga waiwai, and
Now, Tania, your products are 100% natural and organic with no nice chemicals, which, like you've said, means less chemicals, less plastic, and less waste. Now, we have just talked about how much Mother Earth gives to us. Why do you think it's so important that businesses now also take into consideration Mother Earth and have more nature-friendly products?
I think it's a bit of a what do you call those? A bit of a, what do you call it? Oh, I've lost it. It's we're not doing it for us. Yeah.
If we have a bit of Kaukautere tea, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to remember.
Yeah. I know this whole paragraph just gone out of my head. So I think businesses need to start looking at being more eco-friendly, especially for not just us, but I think about Case and our future generations. If we want our kids to live in a world where they don't want to walk around with gas masks on, we want them to experience, I want Case to experience everything I had growing up. So if we want our kids and our future generations to experience that sort of freedom, being out in our natural world, then businesses need to, jump on board and start helping towards, making our world a better place for our kids.
And 100%, I every single guest that's come on, I swear 100% has added so much value, and I've learned so much because I'll be honest, growing up, it just never bothered me. I was like, but now I'm like thinking, my goodness, I was so careless. The recycling, I was just like, it's all right, it's rubbish. But now, and I've seen it with the hormonal balance with my own child, and the skin, and you're right. When my mum was raising us, she always said, I didn't have any problem back in my day. She didn't have a cabinet filled with medicine. Rubbish. And she said, you'll blame yourself, you put rubbish in your body. And she's 100% right. But look, we're talking about all of that rubbish that we apply on ourselves. Not only have you helped Case, but there have been so many other customers and their testimonies that they've shared similar experiences where your product has helped them with their skin concerns. Could you share some of this with us? Because I know that one person as well, a good friend of ours here at Blue TV, she's purchased a product from you as well because of the eczema problem. But she said, amazing. What has some of the other feedback that you received from your customers?
So we've had like every couple of days we get amazing feedback, and which is really nice to hear, and people have used it for sunburn, people have used it because of all the sanitization they're doing with their hands are dry, so it's definitely moisturizing their hands. A friend of mine had her thyroid taken out, and she had this massive scar, and it just wasn't healing. So she used our oil, our cacao and lavender oil, which helped with that scar, and it healed it so much faster.
Really?
So we get feedback about what people are using it for all the time. So my cousins order it from Australia, for the mozzie bites, sandfly bites that they get. It's just amazing.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. I think I might have to get some because when I get bitten by mosquitoes, like my body, pretty bad allergic reaction. So I'm gonna have to get some of that. But Tania, which is the best selling product, and why do you think it is?
It'll definitely be our cacao and lavender balm because it's so versatile. You can use it for anything. I call it a first aid kit in a jar. You can use it for absolutely everything.
Is there such a thing as using it too much?
No, not at all.
I love that. Wait, I'm gonna quickly ask a question for myself, and I'm pretty sure all the girls out there.
Me too.
I was like, I'm sure all the girls are wondering. Okay, please say it. We've been switching things up here at Blue TV where everyone's trying to stay healthy, not so much for the outer appearance. It's more to change, it's the lifestyle thing, trying to be there for our children.
Health as well.
Health is wealth. We were investing in our health, actually. One of probably the biggest things that I've been struggling with is acne. At my age, it's so bad. Can you please tell me that you have a product that's natural that can get rid of it? Because it's just, I know it's a hormonal thing, but surely, please tell me you've got something.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because our kawakawa and lavender balm actually works as acne. Like, it's really good for acne. It's an anti-inflammatory. Kawakawa mixed with the lavender is a double anti-inflammatory. So yeah, it works really well with acne.
Is that going to help me stay young as well?
Yeah. Look at my face. I don't use any chemicals at all. So I use our kawakawa and lavender balm as moisturizer. So that's my everyday.
Now I know what I'm going to be doing after the break.
It's going to be like, this office is going to smell like kawakawa lavender. No, you know, honestly, and I've received some good feedback, and I always try to share because I think it's really, really important. I've been using another person product for something else who it doesn't clog up the pores, and it's a product in Samoa, but all natural, and I fully 100% trust it. And now I'm gonna be looking good without my acne. So I can't wait. I'm sick and tired of having all the filters for my snaps. So I'm tired of the filters. I really want to look natural. So I'm gonna give it a go.
You look beautiful.
I tell her this every single day, Tania. So thank you so much for telling her
thank
too.
you. But it's the acne, and I'm sure all the girls out there are going, oh, yep. So girls, if you're looking for an all-natural product, you already know you can get it through our beautiful Tania. So Tania, tell us, where can we purchase your beautiful natural products?
So you can purchase online. We have an online shop. So it's www.casez, so that's CASEZ, casezcreations.co.nz. Or you can jump on our Facebook, which is Casez Creations, or IG, Casez_creations, and just hit me up with a PM, DM, and yeah, we can help you out.
Perfect. Say no more, Tania, because you'll be getting a DM from me.
I'm coming over to your house right about now. Shut off the show, actually.
But Tania, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and for sharing, actually, for first of all, creating the product, and for second of all, sharing the product. But do you have any final words or shout outs? Like a huge shout out to Case, who hopefully might watch the show later on. But final words, Tania.
I want to do a shout out to our community. Honestly, Weymouth, Manureo, South Auckland, you guys have been amazing. Their support, like all your guys' support has just been overwhelming. So yeah, that's my shout out. And I've got a last word here. So just something to think about really. And it's, let's all do our bit to save the world for our children. There is no planet B.
Oh, love that. And this is what, you know, honestly, every single time we bring on a new guest, we are just so humble and touched by the knowledge and the beautiful hearts that our community members. So thank you so much for that.
No worries. Thank you for having me on here. Really appreciate it, ladies.
No, thank you. Guys, there you have it. It's been an absolute honor having Tania here on Blue TV and BluTable with Pea and Claudia. What you need to know is that the products are all natural. Support your local. Can't stress that enough. Support your local. It's not only you're doing yourself a favor, you're supporting our local. She's Manurewa, south side. But also, I just wanted to quickly say that Tania, not only do you own this business, Tania actually does massive work for the community there in South Auckland. She's forever gifting her natural products to the vulnerable families who need it. So a massive shout out to you, Tania. Thank you so much for making the time for us here. But that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm pretty sure the highlight of today's show was my joke, Tania, my awesome joke.
As always. But whawhetai lava to all of our viewers, to all of our sponsors for your support. That's it, guys. Tomorrow you can expect 2 guests here. Well, Ben should be confirming shortly because they've got a big event that's happening. So we're going to be bringing Bana on tomorrow. So we'll let you guys know. Stay tuned, stay safe. God bless everyone. Tō whasoi fua. See you later.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lola na waunanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni in mato account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamaleina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
BluTable voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le e whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau ai le sia sa.
Le fia po i sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher ua maua le apususi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te whai ma lau telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na ino e lor tamao le ainga.
Whapea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaptai. Ma lua lava le tampai.
Tai talo for voucher. Teki talo for voucher.
Tau tua mare au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele unisio matu au nanga i se. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak urusan? Awalnya telepon, matu tu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah dia, mua tapi lah ucapan lepas itu. Mua tapi lah telefon ni time itu ini lah ucapan. Mana bayang mulu. Mana tua fo e matua i whaasaina lo tau mawhtapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Mata Samoa, ore mata mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pea mo oi Samoa. Mawhtaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.